Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion. Please binding by AFTERBIRTH Plus. It's a big day. Take a deep breath. Going for win 10. It's been a while, unfortunately. I gotta tell you right off the bat, I love it. I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. Great message, except has Toby Keith ever heard of everything in moderation? Anyway, the point is, Crystal Ball. Arguably, don't even make me laugh with this Pokeball trash. Sorry, Friendly Ball. It's different. You can't say Pokeball. It's a different. It's a proprietary property, intellectual thereof, Nintendo and Niantic and Game Freak and etc. Anyway, Crystal Ball. One of the best spacebar items you can have to ensure victory. It's a map. It's a mini map, and I dance, and I dance. There you go. Dude. Anyway, it's also Spirit Hearts is what I was going to say. But now I want to launch into a bit about internet media. Of which I guess I am part of the system. But anyway, you ever hear people... I've heard it sometimes. They lament the existence of memes. They say, oh, young kids these days, they don't care about, you know... the desertification of soil in South America. All they care about is memes. All I can say, that was dangerous, but I'm glad we did it. Tears are looking amazing so far. All I can say is that as a child, as a teenager and adolescent growing up in the wild wilderness of central Canada, oh, it was scary. Please give me a Spirit Heart. That is not a Spirit Heart. All we cared about were memes, too. I'm going to tell you something, okay? You never let anybody my age, somewhere between 26 and 35, never let them get down on you for your meme enjoyment. Because we had memes, too. They were just worse. You know, because distribution was slower back then. You ever hear someone my age go, oh, kids' memes these days are so bad, do you know the way, etc., etc. All you have to do is go... mushroom. They will not stop themselves. They can't stop themselves. I promise you from saying bad. Wait, I did it backwards. Badger, mushroom. And then someone's gonna pop out of the woodwork and go, oh, it's a snake. You know, get ready. I'm just telling you, that's like a trump card you can use against my demographic if they ever come at you. You tell them to get that negativity out of their mouth, okay? We had the dancing baby. I still remember one of the earliest emails I can ever recall being aware of. Scary. Okay. My parents got sent an email forward in the Stone Age. Yeah, we'll be leaving. And it was Mickey Mouse giving the middle finger. And then you downloaded an attachment, and it played the Disney song, you know, M-I-C-K-E-Y-M-O-U-S-E, but instead it was Monday Sucks. M-O-N-D-A-Y-S-U-C-K-S, welcome to another week of mindless work and stress. M-O-N-D-A-Y, and the whole family, 3 generations, huddled around the computer and laughed about it. We had such primitive memes back in the day. And yet I remember them vividly because my brain was like a friggin' steel trap. I can remember what I had for lunch in like November 13th, 1997. Probably a salami sandwich on white bread with the crust cut off because I was 9 years old. If it was a Saturday, it could have been reheated Pizza Hut meat lovers pizza in the microwave so it got all spongy, and then, you know, still for some reason that's like my platonic ideal for pizza even to this day, even though I recognize it's not very good. Well, that's what our memes was like back then. Our memes were like back... Anyway, the point is, my generation, you know, we act like you've been there, you know? We had memes, they just stunk. Oh good, fast bombs. What an incredible selection. We're gonna go to the curse room and then just teleport out, and then at least we get something out of this Fool card early on. I love the run, by the way. The rate of fire is awesome. The status, or the tier effects, it's okay. Like, the slowing tier from time to time, and anti-grav You know, not necessarily good, potentially terrible if we get some really, really bad synergies. Like, I think with Brimstone, anti-grav is interesting, but kind of horrible. Also, I fear, like, when I think back, we were so non-jaded back in the day. Like, I remember my parents, we were at my dad's office, and he's like, you gotta see this video that I was forwarded. And it was titled, like, Totally Real Man Fights Bear. And it's framed as if it's, like, footage of a man fighting a bear over some salmon. And he kicks the bear in the nuts at the end, and then steals the salmon. And it's like, totally real, forward, 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 forward. And it, like, minutes later, I was like, I'm pretty sure that's a commercial for a salmon farm, or like a, you know, Mr. Gordon's Fisherman or something like that. And in hindsight, it absolutely was. But back then, we didn't know. We're like, you know, we weren't skeptical at all. If somebody was like, check out this real video, you'd be like, absolutely. Tools do not exist to fake video. Maybe the government has them for that alien autopsy stuff, but certainly, you know, the masses don't have access to just manufacture a video of a man fighting a bear. What the heck? This is amazing. We've come a long way. People are still, I mean, here's the thing, okay? My parents are deservedly skeptical now, but my grandparents' generation, I don't know. I won't speak for everybody. But my grandma is not a skeptic, and it leads to her looking silly on Facebook from time to time. But you have to be polite, you know, because she's 70-something years old. You can't just go, Grandma, you know, use your brain. That's very insulting. But you at the same time, you have to be like, Grandma, you have to be careful of the source of these kind of articles when you share them in, like, a public context. Because she posted this thing on Facebook the other day. It was like, share, forward, re. You get the idea. Okay, grab this. I'm happy with the booger tears, honestly. Because I don't want to eat them. Gross. Anyway, it was like, please boycott the Kentucky Fried Chicken Corporation. They recently changed their trademark from Kentucky Fried Chicken to KFC. That's because they no longer use real chicken. The government said you can use these chickens you grow in a laboratory, but you can't put chicken in your name anymore, so you can't watch a KFC ad. They're not legally allowed to use the phrase chicken anymore. Please share. And then, like, admittedly, about half the people in the comments were like, this sounds like BS. But another half of the people were like, phew, haven't eaten there for years. That's please use your brain for 2 seconds. I get annoyed, dude, because, like, I am a little smug. I think I would admit that. And, you know, we might as well convert this, I guess. I can be a little pompous, but I genuinely do not think I'm smarter than anybody else on planet Earth. And I'm being sincere. Well, I mean, like, depending on the, like, there's people in jail, you know, when you see, like, world's dumbest criminal, and they're like, we robbed a 7-Eleven, but then he got arrested because he couldn't figure out the pull door was a push door, you know, and I'm like, okay, I'm smarter than that guy, but for the most part, I'm like, you know, it's just a difference in what you were taught and the way you were taught it. You know, I am never going to be a biologist, but by getting my degree in biology, there's a lingering respect that I have for skepticism and for sourcing any claim. Because if you haven't been to college for science, first off, don't let anybody tell you it's so hard. I took naps like 4 times a week, and I don't even like naps, okay? I still worked hard, but, like, you got a lot of time to yourself as well, depending on... Oh, I didn't have a lot of time for my... In, cellular engineering, I had 79 hours a day of... Okay, sure. Why are you watching this video, then? You're, like, disproving your own point. Anyway, I'm smarter than that guy that I just made up. Regardless, the point is... You know, basically every class is like, hey, write a paper about some stuff that you could not conceivably know about. And the way you do it is, you know, you go to the library, or you go to the digital version of the library, and you read a bunch of scientific journal articles, and then you cite those scientific journal articles, and you say, well, according to the analyses that have been done. There's a reasonable level of confidence that this is happening. Whenever I see an article written like that, I'm like, I implicitly trust this person. Whenever I see an article that has no sources and it's just like, my uncle is high up at KFC and he says he can't tell this in public or he'll be fired, but they don't use real chicken. They grow their chicken in a lab. I'm like, it doesn't stand up to the first level of basic intellectual rigor. Just like, think about it for 2 seconds. But I don't know, man. Not everybody does. That's kind of a scary thought. I don't believe that people believe everything that they read. What I do believe is that a lot of people will believe everything that they read that lines up with what they already believe. That's the scarier part. Recognizing, like the inherent human bias to, if you disagree with the conclusion that something draws, you go, I don't think so. If you agree with it, you're 10 times more likely to just accept it on face value. You'll be like, yeah, that sounds right. Obviously, for a lot of people, they're probably filtering this through the lens of like, the quote-unquote fake news controversies and et cetera, happening, particularly in the U.S. right now. But that's not really where I'm coming at it from. I'm coming at it mostly from like a much more inert kind of Facebook annoyance level. People will, or like, you see it on Reddit all the time. Like the number of cringe posts that are just, in my head at least, clearly made up to push an agenda are insane. It'll be like, totally real thing that 100% happened. Oh, I'm celebrating my graduation from med school today. Oh, did you make sure to thank your white privilege? That conversation did not happen. I'm here to tell you. Could it happen? Yes, absolutely. Any conversation on earth could happen. That one that's been deep fried 500,000 times and then post, this is what people really believe, post, screw that person. That person doesn't exist, it's made up. Or at least there's a high percentage chance it's made up. Let me put it that way. It's equally ignorant for me to say it's 100% made up, I'll recognize that as well, but I'm just saying, you gotta, if anything, you should be more skeptical of the things that reaffirm your beliefs. And then if you find out that there's concrete proof for them, you should feel way stronger in your beliefs instead of just believing them right off the bat. But again, I'm guilty of that all the time as well. 100%. I think it's an innate human, like a convenience adaptation that human beings have. Anyway, this isn't even close to being meant to be political. It's just like, that's why I get tilted sometimes on the show when someone will bring up a news story that's based entirely on a headline, and then they didn't read the rest of the news story, and then it turns out that it's not from a reputable newspaper. It's from like Tim's Newsletter Monthly or something like that. And Tim doesn't know anything. Tim is not a journalist or a scientist or a, he's not involved in politics. He's just a dude who has like his opinion, and it's like, does the straw ban mean that if you go to Starbucks you're gonna be put in jail? Yep, that's the way it works up here. Vancouver recently outlawed plastic straws, and I've been arrested 30 times because, that's what life's like. It's illegal. You go to jail now because you used a plastic straw. And they took my guns while they were at it. Anyway, now we're verging on being political. That's okay. Just a little light politics in your video game commentary. If there's like a couple of reasons I don't want to talk about politics ever. One is I don't really want to make it's not the place for these videos to make them inhospitable to people who disagree with me politically, because I just don't care. Like whatever you believe politically, I don't really mind right now. Like, I'm not gonna, well, if you believe this, stop watching this video. I don't care, You could believe the world is flat and, it doesn't bother me. I would encourage, no, never again. Sorry, Soy Milk, you had your chance. I disagree with you. I think your opinion is ignorant, but that's separate from what's happening in this video. This video is here for your entertainment. I hope you enjoy it, and it gives you a respite from whatever stresses are, annoying you in real life. And then beyond that, I hope that you'll reconsider, but even if you don't, you're welcome to hang out. I'm not going to, you know, shoot myself in the foot and be kind of a jerk and say, like, if you disagree with me, you can't watch these videos. The other reason I don't like to get political in this stuff is because I'm dumb, but I'm smart enough to know that I'm dumb. And whenever I tune into a Twitch stream and it's like somebody that's been working in this industry for like 6 years and leaves their house once a week, and that's not an insult, that's a description of myself. Before you get offended, and they're like, here's the way the world should work. I'm like, you don't have perspective. Even if I agree with you, like, we have to know our own role to some extent. Like, you be politically active, of course, that's fine. But when you're like, I've been on this planet a long time, and I leave my house once every 14 days to buy 2 weeks worth of groceries, and then I retreat inside forever. And here's my opinion on what we should do. Anybody with a net worth over 5 figures should be killed and eaten. I'm like, come on, guys. First off, you're blowing up our spot. You know, the revolution is supposed to, you know, happen quietly before people realize that it's taking place. But secondarily, like, you know, people are not going to respond well to that. You need to have perspective, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to suppress anybody's political discussion. All I'm saying is that for me personally, I recognize, you know, I'm coming at many of these issues from a position of ignorance. So I find it, I will say, you know, I'll say the C word. I find it cringeworthy sometimes, no matter what politics are being espoused. Not always. There's learned individuals, but much of the time. And I'm not, by the way, when I say learned individuals, I'm not just saying people I agree with that speak well. I mean, there are people who know what they're talking about, or at least seem like they know what they're talking about. Even if I disagree with them, I go, you know what? I see your point. I disagree with it, but I see your point. Anyway. All I know is video games. And even then, I don't know, I feel like I'd rather talk about politics in a video than, like, defend a corporation in video game media these days. Like, there's one company that for the rest, well, not for the rest of my life, I'm gonna be a hypocrite, okay? And we're all hypocrites in our own unique ways. I'm gonna out myself as a hypocrite. As far as I'm concerned, in AAA games, and maybe I'm shooting myself in the foot a little bit here, the scummiest publisher is EA. From a consumer perspective. The Battlefront issue, of course, as well, was part of that. But also, you know, Hockey Ultimate Team, FIFA Ultimate Team, they make so much money for selling nothing. It's a casino in many ways. It's a casino you can't take the winnings out of. So, as long as you're an adult and you know what you're getting into, that's fine. I play Ultimate Team. I've never put a dime into it, but I am going to put a dime into it in NHL 19, which comes out in like 6 weeks. So, again, I am supporting a practice that I disagree with. Why am I supporting it? Because it's going to be fun. There will be people who argue, well, if it's fun, does that mean it's, you know, actually evil or immoral or consumer backwards? Yes, it is, because they could release the fun a lot cheaper than they are. You know, they could start making the NHL and the Madden and the FIFA games, you know, instead of charging $60 for essentially a roster update and incremental upgrades that also erase all your Ultimate Team progress for the year and force you to start from zero, even if you spend $5,000 on it. You know, they could just keep them as a games as a service and then, you know, charge an annual or even a monthly subscription fee that was less or equivalent to the price of buying the new game every year, and then, you know, that way you could keep your team as years rolled over, and they could release gameplay updates that change things, you know, the same way something like Warframe does, for example. Now, that being said, I'm gonna buy I bought NHL 18. I'm gonna buy NHL 19. Or yeah, I thought I had it backwards for a second. And I'm probably gonna pre-order it, and I'm probably gonna pre-order it at the level that gets me some extra Hockey Ultimate Team packs. Do they do it because it works? Yes. Absolutely. You should vote with your wallet. I'm not gonna, though. Because I want to get a 99 overall Joe Sakic and crush people on release day. But I also feel, I don't know, like, there are other companies in this business that get a bad rap constantly. And I don't know. This is a very, very well-worn track of commentary, and I'm not eager to go down it again. But all I'm going to say is there's a contingent of people in games media. It's not a conspiracy or like a clandestine group. There's just, there's a prevailing belief among some people that every year the industry is as bad as it's ever been. Or it's worse than it's ever been. And things are always getting worse, and companies are always trying to milk you for, an extra dollar here and there. And it's annoying as hell, because whenever you say, like, well, this game's been out for 7 years and they still need to pay, maintenance and their development team and, server costs and stuff like that, they go, oh, you're just a shill. Oh, a corporation can never do anything. No, but also, like, that's not a fair criticism. All I'm, just because something makes a buck doesn't mean it's evil. Just because it's designed to sell a product doesn't mean it's evil. Anyway, we don't need to go down this road. I'm not always pro corporation. Again, EA, I will rally against them when we talk about it on Roundtable and be like, I think they're bending people over. Now, simultaneously, I'm gonna be like, here's a photo of me bent over. Please give me a 99 overall Wayne Gretzky so that I can crush 11-year-old kids in Hockey Ultimate Team and feel like a little dopamine hit when I do so. But they could do it in a much more ethical way. That's all I'm saying. He spit out the bomb! I've never seen that before. I guess the matriarch version of Chubb spits out the bomb. That's so cool. It's rare for me to see something like that in Isaac in this day and age. We've seen everything, dude. Alright, take me down here. The take-home message of this video is not buy NHL 19. The take-home message of this video is, first off, you do you. I don't know what decisions and stimuli in your life have led you to believe whatever you want to believe, whether you agree with me or disagree with me. What I'm basically saying is also not trust no one. All I'm saying is, I think it's healthy to have a little voice in the back of your mind. And the little voice just goes, hey, what this person's telling me, just run like a quick sanity check. Is it possible that this is not true and they're telling me it for some kind of other reason other than to inform me? And we do that all the time socially. Like, everybody, I'm sure, has... I'll take Shoot the Whoop. I do like it. Everybody, I'm sure, has friends that just lie to them. Oh, this weekend, yeah, dude, I was hanging out with this chick and we totally smashed, dude. No, you didn't. Yeah, we didn't, but, like, I could have. No, you couldn't have. Yeah, but, like, I wanted to. No, you didn't. Yeah, but, like, if I did... in your head, you got kind of a detector. I can't say what the detector is called because of Google's DeepMind language filter. But they, you go, this is cow poop. This is poop from a male cow. But then if you see, like, someone on Facebook posts something and it's very, very long, for some people it, like, short circuits their cow poop detector. And they're like, well, this person who's wearing a suit in their Facebook avatar wrote a really long post, so it must be true. Just a quick little check. Maybe it is true. Maybe it's not true, but it's written incorrectly in good faith. And then there's the other opportunity, or the other possibility, which is maybe it's written to appear to be true and have the premise of some authority, but is actually misrepresenting an issue for their own personal gain. Just throwing that out there. I hope people aren't misinterpreting this. If there's anybody out there going like, yeah, NL's owning the Washington Post, you got me literally 180 degrees off. And that's okay, again. I'm just saying, I want it to be in no uncertain terms. That's not what I'm saying. Wink, wink. No. I can't resist the opportunity to put a wink, wink, even when it gets me in trouble. I'm saying that's not what I'm saying. It's what I'm No! That's not... Now people are going to think I'm being serious. Again, it's no surprise to me. I am my own worst enemy. Because every now and then I misrepresent myself playfully. Please tell me why. Why are you doing no damage? Taurus is supposed to do damage. You see what I'm like? I guess it is doing damage, but just a little? I can't tell. I guess I'll place a bomb. There we go. Anyway. That's what happens when you record too many Isaac episodes a day. You get on your high horse. You start talking about, oh, because I have a bachelor's degree in science, I'm smarter than everybody else. Can't help it, dude. It's just... it's just so hard to be intellectually ahead of so much of the population. And then to say things that are so stupid, you undermine your own inherent 4-digit intelligence. Excuse me, I had started the animation to get inside of the box and as a result should have entered the invincibility zone. How dare you? Okay. I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. There, we bookended the video with a callback joke. I'm going to take the D8 and roll it. I think I would like... dude, I can't roll it. I know it's... NL, what's wrong, NL? I thought you was keeping it zany. Thought that's what you wanted. Well, in my head, I was like... we should lower speed, raise rate of fire and damage. But I'm looking at those stats, and I'm like... dude, we don't need to raise our rate of fire and our damage. Are you insane? I also don't want to lower our speed, because we start every room with Taurus. I would rather start with Taurus now that we have Bomber Baby. And just place these bombs that are like absolutely going to eviscerate the enemy with us being completely invincible. This is more zany than just going for like a random, oh, hey, isn't it weird? My speed went down slightly and my damage went up greatly, you know? You got to recognize Zane when you see it. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Go ahead. I deserve that. You should not be alive. Science tears should have eviscerated you, wiped you out of the game. Isn't there... was this in the Flash version of Isaac? I can't remember now. I thought there was an item... maybe it was in AFTERBIRTH, where if you hit enemies with this item, it erased that enemy from the rest of your run. So if you hit an enemy with, like, the delete button or whatever the heck it was, no more of that enemy ever spawned on your run ever again. Not your game ever again. That would be absurd, but... I don't want to be the bearer of bad news. There is a theoretical chance we could still die. That helps out a lot. It's unlikely, and we've tackled some of the harder rooms already, so... I don't think we will, but the chance exists. Mostly because I basically, like, the whole strength of this run was rate of fire damage, and now I'm going, that's stupid, let's place bombs. To be fair, our bombs are also extremely great. But our damage, I don't know, as you can see right there, I feel like it's just kind of better. Ace of clubs. It's good. I mean, we need the bombs. Even though I just talked about maybe not using them, but, you know, I digress. Hanged Man. Just please don't drop. Thank you. I guess we shouldn't be too sad. Like, 0.36 luck. It's indicative of us probably not getting many items on the chest. It's like the one stat that didn't get crazy. Even our range is way up there. But dude, I didn't even think about it for like the last 20 minutes while I've been inadvertently angering both sides of the aisle, which is what we call politics in Canada. Because I'm a free thinker. I didn't even think about the fact this is 10 wins in a row. It's just a shame it coincides with the end of my career as a result of the fact that People are gonna be like, screw you, NL, that bear video was real. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed the episode. Just remember, think twice. Thank you, Troy Manser, for the subscription. Think twice about what you read, even if you agree with it. Trust no one, question everything. Wait a minute, where am I going with this? Protect your constitutional rights. No one else will do it for you. Boards of Canada, my favorite Swedish artist. For now, thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. Helps a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. See ya!